I like to play these little games with myself. Mental tests. Exercises in developing mental fortitude. Something like that. And it's all about figuring out, or seeing, or testing myself to see which way I'll take. Will I take the easy way out? Or will I choose, when I could have taken the easy way out, to do the more difficult thing? Some days I don't choose the more difficult thing. But I've done this for a long time, and I find that more often than not, I will. Or at the very least, I'm not clutched up about it. I'm not afraid about it. For instance, showering. Showering is good. You should shower daily, especially if you're coming to get a piercing. Appreciate it. But I'm a morning shower person, which it makes perfect logical sense to shower in the evening after a day's work. Why wouldn't you? I don't know. Old habits die hard. Be careful about the habits you make. There's a lesson in that. Anywho, at the end of that shower, I have a choice. I can keep the hot water on, and I don't have to challenge myself and be nice and warm and cozy, and I can get out and get dressed and go on about my day. Or I can cut that hot water off, crank that cold water up. It's doubly terrible in the winter, which is exactly when I try to make myself do it most often. And just see, how long can I stand there and take it? For how long can I just deal with this awful thing, very uncomfortable sensation? And it's an exercise in just, I don't know, strengthening myself mentally or something. I do this with lots of things. And I found that, I mean, really, it's conditioned me to, like, if I have to get up in the middle of the night and go put wood in the wood stove in the greenhouse, for instance. I mean, some nights, dude, it's like 15 degrees outside. I don't want to do that at all. I want to be in bed. I'd like to get a full night's sleep. I don't want to be up having to do that. It's difficult. It's uncomfortable. I don't like it. But you do that enough times, and all of a sudden, you go outside in the cold, and it's not just like, you don't just pull yourself in and shiver and think to yourself how freaking awful it is. You just deal with it, and you do what you have to do, and then you go on. And if I didn't do that, everything in that greenhouse would be in a hell of a lot of trouble. So it's worth it to take the more difficult path sometimes. I mean, you shouldn't you shouldn't unnecessarily make your life difficult. There's no good sense in that. But I don't know. At least me personally, I don't want the easy way out. If it's a challenge, fine, I'll overcome it. Yeah, I do all kinds of weird stuff like that. I'll go out and try to meditate when it's like 30 degrees outside, nothing but, my underwear. I mean, just anything. If you were to ask me, hey man, let's run up the side of this mountain, I'd be like, all right, I'll meet you at the top. I'm not saying that's what you should do, but it's what I'm doing. I'm a pretty big fan of Wim Hof. You know that guy? He's, God, I don't know what ethnicity he is. Nordic, maybe? I don't know. He's the guy that runs barefoot in the snow and, like, jumps into frozen lakes, and he has all these people that come with him, and he does all these fancy breathing techniques and stuff. He's an interesting character. He's the one who kind of got me started on this in my early 20s, 22, something like that. So I've been trying to make myself take cold showers and deal with the cold for quite a while. And these techniques, I mean, I found them useful for dealing with pain, physical pain, emotional pain, for dealing with situations like confrontational situations. You know, it's very easy if somebody comes up to you and you've been having a rough day and you just love to let out on somebody and they're like, hey, F you. And you're like, you know what? F you too, let's fight about it. I mean, that is so easy and so stupid, and so many people die every day because they do that. Somebody's like, F you, 9 times out of 10, I'd like to think that I'd just be like, well, that's great, whatever, have a good day. You're bigger, better, stronger, faster, more good looking, better in all ways. I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to get hurt. I don't have health insurance. You got to know when to walk away. You got to know when to not escalate or when to de-escalate. And this, I mean, I'm going off on a tangent now, but it carries over. When you force yourself to do uncomfortable things, it can be incredibly beneficial.